All right, let's and then inhale, come up through center, opposite side, lunge to the left, lean into the left leg, Turn the shoulder on. And then exhale, turn it into a bicep curl. Inhale, turn it into a tricep extension. When you extend, try not to let that shoulder round forward. So really trying to balance out shoulder girdle stability with shoulder.
Oh, play softball?
All right, so grab your green ball, and we're going to use hand weights and weight the ball, so have them both nearby. And then grab a block for yourself if you feel like you need that extra little kind of inner groin support. It's the sun today. It's made us all kind of comatose a little bit.
Get distracted easily.
Just got your beer on All right, so we're going to start with the weighted ball. So nice engagement on the block, nice and tall on the sitting bones. Weighted ball rests on the heart center, and then add that little pelvic tilt. But remember, we're trying to keep length, especially through that mid-back, which is where we have a tendency to kind of round it out. Pull your elbows wide, relax your shoulders back. With that tilt in place, inhale, bring it back, and I'm going to challenge you. I want to go a little bit further than 45, but really press the sacrum into the ball. Weight is loaded on the chest. Exhale, bring it back up. You don't have to come all the way up, but just come up to that point where you feel like you can keep it. Inhaling, and then exhaling, hug it on your knees. So we're going to go for a minute. So what you shouldn't feel, though, is the stomach or the belly muscles distending out. So you might feel them quiver, you might feel them really co-contract, but you shouldn't feel that kind of protruding push, and you'll know when that happens. You can feel that push out. And so that's usually, again, where you're either going too far back or get rid of the weight, or some combination of that. Keep the chin down. So deep transversus, internal oblique, back muscles, rectus abdominis. You're literally working your entire tubular core. reason why this is so much more effective than, let's say, a sit-up, because you have extension. It's the extension back that works your core, not necessarily the flexion. Flexion is going to be secondary. So let's see if we can get about 2 more in. Last one. Awesome, we're going to keep working with this. Now we're going to add an extension up. When you push up, elbows come down, and you're going to push straight overhead. So it's going to look like this. Inhale, exhale. Really trying to internally lengthen rather than push your chest out. Bring the ball back, tip the pelvis, inhale. Exhale, push straight up. And then again, you're going to repeat it. Really try to use that exhale to keep the ribs down. You're extending up from inside the navel point. Awesome. About 10 more counts. Straight up. Last one. Awesome. Staying upright. Release your ball. Release your block. Bottoms of the feet together. Shooting star. So make some space between your heels and groin. Nice long length. Exhale, fold forward. Reach your arms forward or dive the arms underneath the shins, supporting the shins with the forearms. So either way is fine. Just really get your breath moving. All right, roll it back up nice and slow. We're going to add a leg movement into it. So really important, I want you to think about that deep core so the psoas is not the one doing everything. It's going to help lift the leg, but it doesn't want to be the only thing supporting the torso. So you want to feel really strong in the deep core, and you have always the option to not use the weighted ball. So I'll kind of quick show you here. You guys will catch on fast. So it's going to be back. And then as you come up, really internally being strong in the core, just gently lift the leg. Even if it's just a slight inch off the floor, your groin is going to kind of determine what you can and can't do. So we're going to try to go for a minute. You're just going to alternate side to side. You can always get rid of the weight. You can always go back to not using the legs, put that block back between. All right, so whenever you're ready, it's going to be extension back. Inhale, just as is. Exhale, lift one leg. Think about the lower belly underneath your navel. Exhale, smile. So try to smile with your core. Exhale. Awesome. So that leg lift should feel effortless. It shouldn't feel crampy. It shouldn't feel pulling. Feel free if you need to, take a couple rounds without lifting a leg. I'm gonna go about 30 more counts. Nice tall spine. You guys got this, 10 more counts. Think internal, stay deep. Last one each way. And then as you come back up, gently dropping the weighted ball, bound angle, bottoms of the feet together. Just wiggle the hips side to side, try to make that space. And then with length, exhale, fold. You can use elbows on the inner thighs, you can use hands on the quads, rolling the quads out, or again, you can reach forward. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Just keep your breath moving. Oxygenate the muscles, stay very alert of your body. Offer yourself gratitude for coming to your mat tonight. All right, roll it back up. All right, last set here is seated. So weight behind, ball behind the back. Go back to the block between the thighs to really stabilize the lower body. We're gonna work with the weighted ball again. So nice and tall, and as always, variation is gonna be genie style arms, elbows lifted, arms at shoulder height. So just know that that's a variation. Otherwise, ball's gonna sit on the chest, elbows are wide. You could also use a hand weight. We're gonna go back to about 45 degrees. Keep that tilt, hugging the blocks, especially the leg you're turning towards. Inhale, rotate, and as you rotate, tip the sacrum into the ball a little bit more, and then look as far as you can back. Exhale, back to center. Really trying to keep that lower body steady. We're gonna try to go about 5 each way, so I'll let you keep track. So it's gonna be inhale, rotate, tip the sacrum into the ball, exhale, back to center, and then opposite side. After your last set, make your way back up. Release the ball, release the block. This time extend out either bound angle or shooting star, or if you'd like to come into double leg forward bend. So any one of those three. Nice long inhalation, nice deep exhalation. Just continue to offer your body space where there isn't any. Slowly roll yourself back up. Move the green ball. Come back into a tabletop position. So swinging the legs around. Fingertips nice and wide. Back into downward dog. Inhale, exhale. Come high to the balls of the feet. Bend and extend right leg to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Swing it through. Runner's lunge. And grab your hand weights here. Back heel flat, back up into warrior two. And then from your warrior two, find a strong warrior two. We're gonna bring one hand to the back, one hand to the other way. We're gonna bring the front tricep, which is your right tricep, to the inside of that shin slash thigh, so somewhere around there. Keeping the pelvis tilt back, belly nice and strong. Fingertips touch in front of the heart, really stack the shoulders. Inhale, open the arms, press your bottom arm into the shin. Exhale, fingertips touch, move from the elbow. Anchor your tailbone to the back heel. Glutes contract at the tailbone. So use your arm pressuring against your leg to help open your chest even more. Just gonna go 10 rounds. So 6 more. Two more. Last one. Inhale, open the arms. Now hold lateral angle. Rotate the torso. Open the heart, look forward or up. If you need to, use your bottom weight as a little support. Inhale, back up into warrior two. Re-level the hips. Pause. Palms face up. Relax your shoulders, double arm bicep curl. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend out. Keep breathing. Outer legs engaged. Inner hips open. Just keep focusing on your breath flow. Front chest is soft. Back of the neck is long. You got this, 10 counts. one. Arms wrap down slow, lengthen the front leg. Feet turn parallel, hinge from the hip. Standing straddle, relax the head down. Inhale up on the fingertips, let's side lunge over to the right. Nice long spine, you can stay leaning into the knee with the elbow and shoulder. Otherwise, drop the head down towards the ankle, extend the outer arm or both arms, keeping the feet planted, start to lengthen your right leg, trying to keep your torso low. So it's a little bit moving deeper into the hamstring. Keep the feet planted, try not to roll into the outer ankle. Just allow the right leg to lengthen as much as your body gives you permission. Awesome. Inhale, sweep to center. Give both knees a little bend. And let's side lunge over now to the left. Keep breathing, lean. Now you can stay here, drop your head, reach one or both arms over to the left. Stay low, and then a couple breaths. Slowly start to lengthen the leg, try to keep your torso in place. Watch not to default by rolling into the outer left ankle. Especially when the hamstring is tight, I want you to plant the left foot, especially the inner arch, or sorry, the inside edge of the big toe, the inside edge of the ball of the foot, and the inside of the heel. Breathe. Swipe back to center, give the knees a little bend. Grab your hand weights, let's rotate runner's lunge opposite side, step it back into plank. And now you can come to the top of the foot. As you press the foot down, try not to let the knee roll out. So think about that knee pointing straight back and use your front forearm to really push into the floor. So elevate your chest. So just bring the leg in as so knees are parallel, pelvic floor is really strong, glutes are engaged. Now running man arms. We're going to stand tall and pull the ball leg forward. So bring it up, and then exhale, sit it back. Now we're going to go opposite arms. So whichever is the tucked leg is the opposite arm's going to come up. So left arm, leg, right arm. Bring it back. Awesome. Stand it up. Inhale or exhale. Go with your natural breath. But the base leg bends and straightens. That's the bread and butter. bend the top elbow, you can hold the head and use the elbow to create even more space. All right, inhale, extend your top arm. Keep reaching. Now you're going to rotate your shoulders. Plant your hands to the floor, about shoulders distance. Relax your shoulders. And now use your hands on the mat to help rotate the shoulders. Awesome. So feel free, you could lift the floor. You can even put one hand on both blocks and then use the edge of the block to help with kind of that same connection that the mat would give you to help rotate the spine. And depending on your body, you may or may not be able to anchor the right elbow to the left knee, and then open your heart, rotate even more. So that tight space between the bottom of the rib cage and the top of the sacrum starts to get acknowledged here. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhalation. Exhale, coast across your thighs. Gently bring yourself to center and just reach. Let those lower back muscles again just kind of acclimate. Roll it up. Arms open to T. Relax your shoulders. We're going to move to the right. So right arm drops down right away. We're not bracing. Bend the elbow so the fold of the elbow faces out. Top elbow bend. Slide the hand through the hair. Use your bottom palm to anchor the left hip down. We're not taking it with. You're either going to reach, let the arm hang, or let the head sit in the hand and really push through the top elbow. We're trying to make space where there isn't any. So even just a slight turn of the chest open or closed, you can kind of trigger point or pinpoint where those tight cords are through the side body. And we are all set up differently, so depending on how you use your body during the day or don't use your body during the day, you might find those areas to be a little asymmetrical, right side to left side. So just breathe with that. Whenever I find a tight area in my body, I always remind myself I need this pose then. And try to draw gratitude for the moment that I would otherwise be in pain or uncomfortable or complaining. Yoga is about finding space and peace simultaneously. All right, extend your top arm. Keep reaching as you rotate, nice and slow. Plant the palms, maybe use a block, or even if your one hand is on the block, another isn't, totally fine. Relax your shoulders back and just slowly try to rotate your rib cage, your chest, your shoulders. Maybe anchor the left elbow to the right knee. Again, arm length, tightness, all kind of play into that factor. And just use your breath now to slowly block security for our hands. All right, turn away. Hands cup over the edge of the block, fingertips towards you. Plant your feet out from your heels, or sorry, out from your knees, out from your hips, because when you come up, your knees are going to push forward. All right, bend your elbows out deeply. pull the elbows in, and I want you to exaggerate lifting your heart as much as you can without lifting your hips yet. So elbows are bent, they're pulling in, your chest is lifting. We're trying to keep in this mindset, or in your mind's eye, that front of the shoulder, where the pec or the chest attaches to the shoulder, isn't rounding forward. So that bend and pull is all about that. All right, keep that openness, keep your sternum lifting. Push down into the balls of the feet, especially at the big toe. Nice deep breath in, exhale, lift your hips. Push your pubis bone to the ceiling. Arms would be the last thing to fully extend. Keep the fold of the elbows towards your knees. Now chin's either at the chest or gently drop the head back, reach to the chin. Breathe. Awesome. Exhale, bend the elbows down slow. Slowly cross the legs, bring yourself forward into tabletop, and then you're going to face me. Maybe use your block or even your weighted ball would work to possibly sit on if needed, or I can bring you over a blanket or a beanbag if necessary. All right, so we're going to come into tabletop. Leave you feeling really nice and balanced here. Take your left leg, cross your left leg over your right leg, really tight, smushy connection. So press your back leg into your top leg and your top leg into your back leg. Open your heels. Now as you sit back, navigate. Try to navigate as evenly between the ankles as you can. And then maybe again, if you need to sit on your block or sit on your weighted ball, if you feel like you need kind of a combination between that, if anyone needs a blanket or a cushion, just say hey. Awesome. So you're looking at anywhere from hamstring to outer thigh, inner groin, even to the outside of the knee, kind of depending on how that body's put together. So nice long spine, inhale. And just exhale, relax your shoulders. Just take a couple of breaths here. Hands can be on the knees. You can grab hold of the big toes with the first two fingers and thumb. And just try to find the breath here. Relaxing the front rib cage, relaxing the shoulders. A great way to keep the groin in check is always checking in with the outer hips. So if they get really, really tight, we can often have more groin pain than we should. So this is a really good check-in. All right, so you can stay here and change nothing. We're going to take one hand onto the top thigh / top knee. Other hand maybe on your fingertips, or if you need to, slide a block behind your hips if you feel like your hand can't touch the ground securely. So if I turn sideways, my hand's going to come behind like this. And again, if I feel like I'm falling backwards, bring a block up so then you can kind of anchor to the edge of the block. Nice deep breath in. It's all about the pelvis. This is what's going to make it kind of intense. So hand is going to brace against the top knee, so it's not going to come with. On the exhalation, try to tip your pelvis backwards. And all you're going to do is resist the top knee. So you're pulling your belly in, and you're trying to tip your sacrum like you would into the ball. So you should feel groin, especially that outer bottom leg, yes? Okay, cool. So this is a great IT band release without rolling on the IT band. And then we have a kind of a weird triangular muscle called the TFL that gets really knotty up here too. So this is also a good release for him. And I don't know why muscles are always hymns, but they are. So just nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. I'm going to try to stay with this pelvic tilt for about another 15 counts. This is also a good psoas release. And all you're doing is working with your breath.
Are you looking back or no?
If you want to, you can rotate a little bit, that's fine. All right, so you can stay here. You can go back to where you first started. Otherwise, you can start to add a fold in, which is again a little bit dynamically, a little different here. As you fold forward, hands can support you. Maybe you're at a point where you want to either double stack and maybe blocks, or maybe you just need one. And as you come forward, you can kind of play with that height. But try to stay connected to whatever it is that you're sitting on. So as you come forward, you're kind of simultaneously pushing the hips back into the mat or onto your block. Nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Pelvic tilt in. Remember, we're just resisting that top knee. Nice and tall with the spine. Tip the belly into the back. And even if you just take your abdomen in, there's going to be just that slight tilt. Sometimes that's all it takes. So if the IT band is tight, you may feel this on the outside of that bottom knee. So just kind of recognize that's the hip.
This is awesome.
Yeah, so push against. There you go. And then think about tipping the pelvis backwards. So belly pulls in. And it's really just a lot of core muscle pulling the pelvis back. It's not a huge actual tilt. This is a great, I've been sitting too much, really trying to get into the hip flexors and again that IT band. Runners, this is a good running one. Just nice and calm with the breath.
It's almost like camel up the wall.
Mm-hmm. Except for the outer leg.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if I achy hips when I'm going to bed, like I'll get on the floor real quick and do this just for a couple breaths. If I can't sleep, like I just have a lot of like pain through here, and this really helps.
It's like I love cow face, such a small change.
It's like a whole new pose, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so now just gently release that. Give yourself a moment because your knee and your hip kind of have to become friends again for a second here. So this can be a really good IT band one if you feel like rolling just doesn't seem to kind of help that IT band release. This can be a good alternative. All right, so nice and long, exhale, just gently start to come forward. And if you want to stay with that pelvic tilt, if that's just what really is kind of Oh yeah, that's it. Just feel free to stay Gratitude out for the space, for the evening, for practice. And on an inhalation, bring the arms up overhead, together in all that you need. Exhale, bring it into the heart center. From my heart to yours, from my soul to yours, thank you so much for coming to the mat this evening. And until I see you again, which I hope is soon, from my heart to yours, from my soul to yours. Namaste.
Namaste.